you can really sink your teeth into this deck.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing another spooky deck for Halloween. It's Edgar, Charmed Groom. That's right, we're revisiting Vampires, now complete with some new additions from Shadows over Innistrad Remastered and the bonus sheet from that set. Edgar, Charmed Groom is simple, just good for vampires. You make your vampires stronger, and if he dies, he can come back, make vampires, and then flip over to once again buff them. He makes the vampires, and he gives you a really good resilient board, because even if he dies, he will come back later. This deck is running a lot of really strong, especially 1, 2, and 3 drop vampires, with a couple of good things over at 4, 5, and then 6 mana is really just for the board wipes and planeswalkers. This is, as you can kind of see, much heavier on the lower side, and if you've seen my previous version of this deck, this is less focus on typal synergy. I'm not running as many things that, for example, just give +1/+1 to vampires or allow you to sacrifice vampires to give them indestructible. I took a lot of those cards out because I find that the current meta in Historic Brawl doesn't really allow for that. So instead I have more of the versatile vampires, still a bit of that good life gain and sacrifice synergy, but less of the I'm going to bombard you with 500 vampires all while drawing more vampires. It doesn't work as well, but this works great. That's right, you get to go in Orzhov color, so you have access to good removal and great creatures. I think that Edgar Charmed Groom is really fun, even though you might hear me say this deck sucks. So we're gonna take Edgar into the queue and we're going to suck your blood. Our opponent's playing Vorinclex. He's mean, he's green, and he gets to force in hand when he enters the battlefield. But if that wasn't enough, he can also flip over and turn into a saga that gets you 2 more creatures, that fills up your graveyard, makes them bigger, and then makes them fight. What a beast this guy is. I think that a lot of our single target removal will be key in this matchup, but we're gonna start out just by playing a vampire. If anybody asks, that guy's a vampire. I said so myself with my Asterion. They said, yes, I am a vampire, and every vampire that I play is going to get +1/+1. Not just while I'm on the battlefield, but forever. I'll also offer you a trade. 2 damage, or trade an elf for totally a vampire. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Says so on the card. So Bran is also a nice new vampire. It's kind of fits into the aristocrat sub-theme of creatures dying causing life loss. Hey, protection. No, hexproof. Okay, we're fine. Hexproof doesn't stop me. That sign can't stop me. I can't read. I think I'm not willing to sacrifice Bran, but I am willing to sacrifice the Metallic Mimic. If this hits me, then they get to essentially get another creature. And on the backside, we can block with Edgar. This is not protection, it's hexproof from black, so I can't target it with a kill spell. Unless it's a white kill spell, which we do have. Well, come on! Defense of the Heart! Well, you know, in my defense, I can get rid of that. Defense of the Heart punishes me for filling up my board with creatures. We're just going to get rid of it. Okay. Alright, great. That's dead. They have 4 mana. If they get to 5, Vorinclex can come out. But I think we're in a really good position with our big ol' Commander Lord on the battlefield. And Vran. Now we just gotta find some removal for our dear friend Vorinclex. Champion of Dusk is good at finding removal. What do we got? Perfect! I found a Fateful Absence. I'm gonna crack this open to get black mana, since we have a lot of black mana symbols in our hand. Nighthawk Scavenger, you're so fun. Yeah, playing a Vorinclex on turn 5? Don't you know he's supposed to come out on turn 3 after you go Llanowar Elf into Vorinclex? Wait, hold up, what was that? Oh, Gnawbones! Still, definitely a vampire. Totally a vampire. I think I'll just play the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nighthawk Scavenger. Gifted Aetherborn. And then holding this Fateful Absence. Since this has Death Touch, I think that we're pretty good at blocking old Gnawbones. And if they get enough mana to flip over Vorinclex, we can actually interrupt it, making them spend all their mana. Just like that. Bam, you're gone. So because Castle Garenbrig lets them add 1 additional mana for a creature ability, or casting a creature, we just interrupt it. They burn all 8 mana. We can just block old Gnawbones. We swing in next turn. We have a lethal swing. That's GG. The First Sliver. Which, you know, I'm always hopeful that the First Sliver is actually a Sliver deck. But most people don't play it as a Sliver deck. No, they play it as 5-color good stuff. It's a 5-mana 7/7 that cascades and gives other slivers cascade too. But if you don't have any other slivers, that's fine, because you just have a big ol' 7/7 that you ramp into, and then you play all the other good cards that you can pack into the deck. Which there's a lot of them. Believe it or not, if you're in 5 colors, there's a lot of just stuff that's good. I'm playing a card that's just stuff that's good right here. Wandering Emperor, great piece of removal. It creates lasting threats. It buffs your creatures. First Strike, fantastic card. I have an Edgar. Swinging with Drana. I have no other creatures to buff, so she just buffs herself. I see 5 mana. Here comes the First Sliver. Do they cascade into a sliver? No, they do not. It's Invasion of Amonkhet. They mill. We're gonna discard. I think I'm going to discard Elenda, or maybe the land. I'm gonna go for the land here. It could have also been, you're right, the Colossus for Tybalt's Trickery version of the deck. Atraxa, hell, that kind of cements what it is. Yep, that's the, some good old 5-color good stuff. And oh, look at all this other 5-color good stuff they've have. Great. Well, at least I have to discard some of it. Hey there, First Sliver. Yeah, the dramatic sigh in the chat. Like, trust me, I feel it too. Rid them of this garbage. Look, and now you even have a guy to hit. You want to block? I want to make some vampires. Okay, great. They're down to 8. They have many choices here, especially with the World Tree, of what best spell do you want to cast? Make me sacrifice 2 of my creatures? Well, that gives me more creatures. Probably not the best. Exile one of them. That lets you swing on in. Nope, just going for the multi-pronged attack of Casualties of War. You want to hit that? You get to become a copy of a creature. Like that one. That's not very good. It becomes a 4/4 copy. Oh, you are attacking. Okay. Wait. Yes. I don't care. I don't care about this. Board Kender, thank you for the sub! Thank you, Board Kender. Drana, I eat you. I pick you up like a hamburger, and I munch on down. And you die. That's some good zombie. Miirym, Sentinel Worm. It's time for Teamer Dragons. They clone themselves, still getting all that good enter the battlefield goodness, and making non-legendary clones, so you can always be ready for more. Hi there, Miirym. This is a really great card. I would say that this is the best Dragons commander in Arena. But there's other choices for dragons if you want them. This one just happens to be in the 3 best colors for dragons, and it gives you access to such a good ability and a card that's on its own just a huge, great beater. Do I want to buff up future vampires, buff up current vampires, or just swing for more damage? I'm going to throw down the Metallic Mimic, naming Vampire. It is now a vampire, and is going to give a +1/+1 counter to all future vampires entering the battlefield under my control. Oh, the young blue dragon. They scry and draw a card, and then later on they can cast a nice little 3/4. Dragon. This is a dragon. And this is a dragon too. I'm gonna tap this, and actually, this is a little bit more damage. Yeah, perfect. Barkov Baron is sweet because it also has Madness. Okay, yeah, well, we managed to get a really good start. That's totally fair. Ashiok, Wicked Manipulator. Ooh, spooky. Ashiok's all about exiling things. Whether it's putting your own cards in exile or exiling your opponent's things, if a card goes into exile, you create tokens that get stronger during each of your turns. Neither of these were very fast starts, but I think this is an okay hand since we do have this scry on turn 1 with Forsaken Crossroads. I've got Welcoming Vampire to hopefully draw me some cards. Vona, who is removal on a stick. And never mind, we're going to have something get discarded here. Oh, wait, but this is Mind Spike. This only reveals the non-land, non-creature cards. They get revealed, they get to choose, and they chose to drop my Farewell. That's a fair thing to do. We scry. It's more mana, which doesn't seem terrible here. Gives me something to go 3 mana into 4 mana, into hopefully 5 mana. I'll be dabbing. We are dabbing. A fine dab. They started ramping. They've got a Cold Steel Heart and a Mind Stone. Gotta have that colorless ramp for Ashiok. Oh yeah, also, I didn't mention this before. Ashiok makes it so instead of paying life, you pay with your thoughts. You exile cards off the top of your library. It's pretty sweet. Hey, Ashiok. Ashiok also makes these tokens on the ground. They do not have reach. They do not have flying. So, Welcoming Vampire, you're the first to come out. Ashiok, you plus or minus? Plussing gives them a chance to find maybe some, like, single target removal. And minusing is just 2 nightmares, and those nightmares will grow! I kind of like to draw a card. Or maybe just eat Ashiok. I'll go for just Edgar and attack. I feel like that's the smartest move. Ashiok, be gone! Okay, bye, Ashiok. They have enough mana to play them again, so... Time for more Ashiok? Hi, Ashiok. Going to plus. Choose a card. Goes into hand. Doom Whisperer into exile. These two get bigger. Throwing down Vona. And I'm going to attack Ashiok with both of my creatures. I'm fine with a double block on Edgar, because then Edgar will spit out 1/1 tokens, which means I'll draw cards off of the Welcoming Vampire. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Breach of the Multiverse! Ooh, that's a good one. I'd say probably Kalitas, or maybe Drana and Linvala. This is a great card. It is strong. Flying Death Touch. And then on that side, ooh, Liliana. Or that's just Liliana. Liliana's the only choice. Plus or minus. Oh, Evil Queen says that Breach is her favorite card. A good favorite card to have. I'm going to sacrifice Edgar. I'm not going to put it into the command zone. Edgar transforms and becomes his coffin. It's good to spit out some vampires. Lily or... Yep, it was only Liliana. They didn't have any other creatures or planeswalkers. Drana and Linvala has stolen Vona's ability, by the way. I can't activate it. It's just there. So we're going to just gently scooch Drana and Linvala out of the way. I'm just gonna pick you up and push you off to the side there. Very good. Go to combat. Attack the Welcoming Vampire at Liliana and Vona at Ashiok. Vona's ability has to be used on my turn, but it can be used at any time during my turn. Die, Ashiok! You think he transforms into the coffin? It's not him going in the coffin to regenerate. He transforms like Optimus Prime. He goes like... Wah, 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 wah. Ooh, Grim Tutor. There are some cards that essentially combo with Ashiok. You have to get them to ult, but you can exile as much of your deck as you want with like Necropotence. Oh, you're right. This cloak does look like the same fabric that's on the side of the coffin. I think you've solved their oh, my creatures are all dead. Edgar's still in there like, well, what's that? And nothing, sweetie. We're going to drop Silversmote Ghoul because it can come back from the graveyard and the land. Oh, Sanguine Spy is active now. Nice. If there are 5 or more cards in my graveyard, or mana values among cards in my graveyard, I can draw a card in my end step. Perfect. I'd like some card advantage. I didn't manually tap, and it did not leave more black mana up. Great. That's on me. I pay 2 life. Hey, Aganjo. Polis's Citadel! Yikes. Oh, they're paying life? Thankfully, Ashiok's not out, or this would be a lot scarier. Yeah, Ottoman Tapper doesn't always have my best interests in mind. I can only sacrifice another creature. Sanguine Spy, gone. Staff of Completion lets them proliferate or draw cards. In fact, they have 5 mana, so they could activate this twice. Edgar's back! Yay! Edgar! I guess it would cost you a lot less life to just use Castle Lock Twain over that for drawing a card. We want this down pre-combat. Don't quite have lethal off a transformation and a buff. Even if I did have double black up, auto tapper, you silly goof. We draw a card. Draw a card, lose a life. Would you like to also draw a card and lose a life? Yeah, it doesn't want me to pay for this, and it's like, oh, I'll just maximize the amount of actual mana you're holding up. Opponent! Hello? It's your go! Blow you a kiss? And I give you a shrug. Did you disconnect? You don't have 10 non-land permanents to sacrifice to the Citadel. You can activate this, or this, or this. As we go into combat. Are you just salt roping me? Come on. Don't do that. Don't salt rope my vampires. Maybe they're sad because they forgot Edgar would flip over and I'd be able to kill Ugin. Yeah, I mean, why waste my time? Alright, well, they're almost out of timeouts. And we wait. And it's just okay, there we go. We get to take our card. We're going to attack Ugin over here, Edgar over here. Ka-blam-mo. I'll throw down that Black Market Connections and Godless Shrine. I have nothing else. It's now your turn, Litha. Did you disconnect or was that a rope? I really wish that, like, the disconnect rope, I'm sure it can, like, detect a bit of it. Just go a little faster. So I'm going to fast forward to the end of the game. And the game is over. We are victorious with our vampires. General Kudro of Drana. This is a humans commander, Orzhov humans. What's more frightening than Edgar, Orzhov vampires? It's man. Oh, my game froze. All right, how fast can I restart my game? Let's find out. We're just going to go ahead and close Arena and then open it back up. And what's going to be really weird is it's going to get rid of my avatar and all of my emotes. Humans versus vampires, a classic matchup, especially for Innistrad, where honestly the humans are just kind of food for the vampires, but I wouldn't mind a snack. All right, game's back open. We're getting back in, and behold, I'm a Johnny now. Nice Aragorn. See, I can't emote. I can't even say sorry. My game exploded. It's his daughter! Same hat. Here, you know what? Let's help them out. We're gonna give them another human. Drina, you love humans. Slaughter Specialist comes into play and gives our opponent a human token. It's just a little bit of a friend. What? Handing them a human token? It couldn't possibly backfire. Oh my god. Y'all, stop playing Mana Confluence in 2-color decks. Please. Pretty please. Pretty please. It's a 2-color deck. And Thran Portal too? I don't think we should be attacking this player, because I think they're going to be attacking themselves just by trying to cast these creatures. Yeah, you gotta mark that off our, like, daily bingo card. The first 2-color deck to have Mana Confluence. See, they had to pay 2 life. 2 life! On top of all this. No pain, no gain. All pain. Anointed Peacekeeper is going to take a look at my hand. And it's going to say, who do I want to prevent from activating? They're going to be taxing an activated ability and spell of a card of a name. So they could choose my commander, Edgar, or they could choose Ebon Legion here, the Knight of Ebon Legion, so I can't activate the +3/+3 ability. Champion of Dusk. They're hitting my card draw here. Very fair. I should probably play the thing that I've already got. And Edgar! Beef my creatures! I'm going to attack in with the Slaughter Specialist. It's a 4/4, so it either takes a double block or a trade with the Peacekeeper. That's right, we're keeping the peace. Also, because I attacked with a non-token vampire, Mavren Fein is going to give me a friend! A little 2/2 with lifelink! Drana could have defended that board, giving Hexproof and Indestructible to the humans. Chose not to. I guess they'd rather keep this alive for another board. An Infernal Grasp on Mavren. They lose 2 life. Yeah, you do like paying life. They're down to 16. Yes, Soren's as good as anything here. I can't pay the 2, so they will get some card advantage. Maybe you'll draw a 4th land. I'm gonna have to use all those pain lands. They lost 4 life on it? No! Yes. Just a bit. Well, I've got life stinkers. Elite Spellbinder, very similar to Peacekeeper, but it's actually going to exile the card. I think you hit Blood on the Snow? Because otherwise it's too easy for me to curve, eat to extinction, hitting Drana, and then Blood on the Snow, wiping the board. Would you like to attack? I have defenders. You want them to just have more pain lands? Don't encourage them. Yeah, I'll take Vran.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
Modern Horizon Painland will be the next land they play. Oh, and then the actual, just known as a Painland. It would be perfect. If they play Kudro, they can buff up this board, giving all their humans +1/+1. Yeah, it's like they want to be playing a Rowan deck with all the pain lands. I want to emote so bad right now. Okay, sure. Oh no, I died. Edgar goes to the graveyard. We do not move him back to the command zone, and he returns to the board as a coffin. Would you like to attack? Yeah, right, like we're wiping this board anyway next turn. Have to make sure we get rid of Drana first. That's easy enough to do, using Eat to Extinction. They could protect against this using a card in hand. They did not pay life for this, and they are going to get to draw. Whee! Alright, great for them. We get a little guy, and we make a little die. Destroy all creatures. Pay with some snow. Now look at all the cards we're letting them draw. See, we're so generous. Mavren Fein. Back on board. They're saying GG. Couple too many pain lands. Just a few. Narset, Enlightened Exile. She's actually a really strong and scary commander. That's right. I'm talking about you, Narset. When she attacks, she gets to cast things for free. But also, she's casting those from the graveyard. Either graveyard. And casting them causes their creatures to get stronger. Because all creatures, herself included, get prowess. This is usually like a spell slinging. For my version, it also made a lot of tokens brewing. Commander! And it's strong. Being in Jeskai colors means you have access to good protective spells as well. Both things to like give your creatures indestructible and just counter spells to stop your opponent from ever, getting in those swings. But I can get in a swing. Do I want to? No, there's too many spells that make 2 1/1s that they could cast in response. And I don't want to trade my 1/1 for 1/2 of their spell. Yeah, this, you know what? You want to see what's scary for Halloween? Narset's scary for Halloween. A crab! Oh my god. I'm being asked, is that Asterion? Yes. Yes, it is. Since they didn't cast anything on their last end step, I am going to swing in here. I also technically have the Giganja ready. Astarion is a Magic the Gathering card. And he's a vampire, so it's appropriate for this deck. I actually built an Astarion deck, and it's terrible. Like, trying to build around Astarion is almost embarrassingly bad. You can just try, and I'll say good luck. He has a card. He actually has two. There's Astarion and then Astarion's Thirst. And Astarion's Thirst is a very sexy card. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Drana and Lavala, come on out. This deck, by the way, is playing a lot of just... They're technically vampires and they're good. This is a vampire and an angel on the same card. It's perfect. Astarion the Decadent. Yep, that's the name of the card. It's not terrible. It just costs way too much mana for what it does. Ooh, nice. Bitter Reunion gives them access to haste in the future. Memory Lapse and Hard Evidence, currently the spells available in Graveyard. Usually you don't want to be casting a counter spell, though, so Hard Evidence is the recastable that I'm keeping an eye on. Or even Bitter Reunion. It just has to be a non-creature spell. Like this. Astarion is a Wound Reflection that has to stay alive until end of turn. And is only a 4/4, so he's really bad at being a Wound Reflection. Yeah, I think making him a 5-drop would have made him a much better card. What do we have going on here? Still crabs? Yeah, still crabs. Mr. Crabs. They put Renegade Tactics and Faithless Looting into the grave. There's 2 more potential Narset cards. Would you like to give your crab haste? No. Why not? He wants it. Let him have haste. He wants to go fast. I also like Crab and Expector. I'm just holding these back because I think that the Vampire of Dire Moon might discourage them from attacking with Narset unless they have removal for it. My cat just walked by. Girl, you should come in here and hang out with us and stop trying to destroy my plants. She really wants to destroy all my plants. It's your move, Narset! Stop holding priority! The clock is ticking. Do we have an emote that's like a guy checking their watch? Debating if they should Swords Grandpa. Well, you should, because that would give you enough mana to Narset, Haste, and Swords again. Wedding announcement! This makes a token at the end step. For fun. And profit. Looks good to me. Got removal yet? I had to make sure I had my City's Blessing. That way I can get some extra card advantage off the Twilight Prophet. This is a fantastic card, by the way. Drains your opponent, gains you life, is a vampire, gives you card advantage. It really is like a great catch-all card for all of those different things. Great. Edgar swings in 4 damage to the face, and we sip more water. And it's pretty. Yeah, it's more amazing Seb McKinnon art. The floaty lady. Who ain't got no legs. Oh, hi, Narset. So they used a Flame-Blessed Bolt. My guess is they're gonna follow up by hitting the Blood Artist when they attack in. Yeah, they know I could just block the others. This was your profile pick? Yeah, it's a cool one. Great kind of like rusty tones. I'm gonna risk the block here. We still have the city's blessing, though. Nice! Stroke of Midnight. Legion's Landing. Get ourselves a nice little token. If I Drana and Vala, I could hold up Iganjo, but not Stroke of Midnight. They know I have this. And using it before they attack gives them a chance, if they're able to defend against it, to cast it themselves. The way I see it is now, I could Stroke of Midnight and Iganjo, since this will cost 3 and this will cost 2. Time Warp? Alright, we're gonna try to use the stroke here. Die Narset? Oh, thank goodness she's gone. Okay. Woof. Yes, you get a token. That's good for you. But you don't get to recast this here. Now, I'm hoping that they do not get another source of haste. Fateful Absence. That's... You know what? Asking where's Grandpa to Grandpa, totally fair. They get to take another attack. Narset does 6 now. Where's Grandpa did not hit Grandpa. Well, yeah, because they were asking where instead of aiming. Tried and true. A clue, a clue. Champion of Dusk, find me the goods. That counts as the goods. Gopher, the throat. Gopher's located. Nice tokens you got there. I'm tempted to swing in with Edgar to get him to die, so he'll start spitting out more tokens. I wouldn't mind some extra tokens. Oh. They left. Excellent work, Edgar! This all went according to plan. Nissa Ascended Animist. Ooh. Hey there, Nissa. This Nissa makes big, big tokens. And she also can destroy artifacts and enchantments and have essentially a crater hoof from the grave, or from the command zone. Yeah, it's +1/+1 for each forest. Gives trample. It's a great way to clear out a board. This is gonna be ramp and big scary stuff. Hi, Nissa. Ooh, Llanowar Visionary. Draws them a card. Helps them ramp. Throwing down Mavren. Praetor Huff. He sure was working for the Praetors. This is bald Nissa. I'm sad her hair grew back so fast. And I'm also sad that she, like, lost her extra limbs. And all of the cool copper that's on her. Yeah, ramp, plamp, and splamp. Got another land. I saw that explore. Yes, they do. There are Legion Carriers Heat and Kami of Bamboo Groves. They don't have another land, though. I'm going to attack with Mavren here. I don't think they would double block. And then sacrifice the token for Vona. Vona is able to just straight up kill Nissa It costs 7 life, but considering that she makes like a 7/7 and then an 8/8 and then a 9/9 or just buffs up their board enough to kill you, that's probably worth it. Oh my god, that's going to make 6 mana off a single Caryatide. Stop! Hey, is there a board wipe? Just like on top of the deck? Anybody got a board wipe? No? Okay, that's fair. Edgar. Going to attack in with these 2. And this ability is at instant speed, so we use it to destroy the next Womb Ancient. Help! And we gain some of that life back. Yay! I could technically sacrifice one of these to play the Mimic. I don't think it would be terrible. I actually kind of like sacrificing Edgar. Let's do it. Die, Edgar. Playing the Mimic, naming vampires. Yeah, they have enough mana to play Nissa. Thankfully, they only have 3 forests, so +3/+3 does not currently kill me. And all their creatures tap for a green mana, or sorry, mana of any color, but all of them except for this already did that. Cool, Castle Garenbrig. If there's creatures on top of their deck, they could cast them off the chorus. Hi, Nissa. You coming out? Or is the other thing getting cast? Hey, Verdant Rejuvenation for 3. But you got some good hits. Enraged Forerunners, Renata, and the Grazer. Well, the Grazer's not that much, but Enraged Forerunners sure is. That's a great card. I'm going to take all that damage. And this does set them up for Nissa lethal next turn. At this moment, the most I could do is swing in and destroy these Forerunners. I can't Stroke of Midnight to destroy Nissa before she ults. Going to go 4. Lona, swinging in. Destroying the Enraged Forerunners. It's a big Renata? Yeah, it's a big Renata. I'm at 2 life. But I'll heal a little bit. Never mind the +4/+4 and trample that all their creatures will be getting next turn. That's totally not happening. Shattered Sanctum. Oh, had only we had this in hand at the start of our turn. That would have been good. But we didn't. So they should be able to win, because I can only gain 4 life, only prevent some damage here. End me, Nissa! They also only have to tap, like, 1 creature. End me, Nissa! End me, Nissa. End me, Nissa, please. Nissa, I await death. That's a Yorvo. Like, I get it. It's free because you have the Nykthos. End me, Nissa! Ah, didn't use the castle. That's pretty funny. Oh, okay. -7. Renata is just out here living her best life. Good for her. Nice shot. I'm sad that the Grazer didn't get to kill me. Cerise, Slayer of Fear. This is actually my first time seeing Cerise, but I know who she is because she's a new alchemy card. Hi, Cerise, Slayer of Fear. First strike, lifelink, 5 mana, 5/5. So what? You're Trelasara? No, something else. Great. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gained life, remember first strike, lifelink, you seek a card with the highest mana value, and it has to have mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you gained. It's cool. What do we got? Some of this, some of that. Want to use. Name vampires. It's pretty much just card advantage in white. It's nice. I feel like there's also some like mono white ramp to be had. Swords of Plowshares. Or just life gain. Johnny's welcome. There's some card advantage. I only have 1 black mana source unless I'm sacrificing something. That's okay. Yeah, this is a pain land. This only makes black if I'm killing a creature. Lone Rider. What are you? Oh, you transform. Ooh, you get gross. Ew. Well, you're a 1/1, and I'm a 1/2, so eat that. Voice of the Blessed. Nice. They gain a life. It gets a +1/+1 counter. If this thing gets enough +1/+1 counters, then it gets terrifying. Flying, Vigilance, and an Indestructible. No, I clicked wrong. God damn it. Not the first time, not the last time. Well, time to dig for a land. Shame concede time? Nah. This game is not over yet. I may have misclicked on Edgar, but we can say all according to plan. I was going to exile everything on the board anyway. Right? I see Facebook. Book of Exalted Deeds. Faceless Haven. Well, good news. There's not going to be a Book of Exalted Deeds on this battlefield. Because we are exiling everyone and everything. If it works, right? Esper Sentinel punishes me for casting non-creature spells. And Search for Glory, gaining 3 life and getting a Snow, Legendary, or Saga. I wish this thing said like Snow or Historic, but I get why it doesn't. No artifacts allowed. Unless they're Legendary artifacts. You tooted for a Johnny, who makes a Johnny's Pridemates. I will play Vona, because this Vona can let me pay life to destroy all your stuff. Yeah, you don't have to concede after every misplay. Just the really, really bad ones. Which we've all been there. It's not just me. Sometimes it is me, though. Hi, Johnny! This Ajani, like, makes actual factual Ajani's Pridemate. It's a token called Ajani's Pridemate. Look, there he is. Bringing out Mavren. Attacking with Vona. See if they let it hit. Because they didn't let it hit, I will just destroy Ajani. And I've got all of this beautiful mana. We're going to sacrifice the token to play Black Market Connections. Because why pay 7 life per turn when I can pay 13 life per turn? It's gross. And Extreme Spram. Hi, Pridemate. Nah. I vote greed. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna press every single button I can. More. I need more. I need to pay more life. More life. I don't have a problem. Okay, maybe a little bit. It's fine. Boop. They're still on 4 mana, and we will destroy their protector. Skrelv! I started a turn, they'll be gaining life, those will be getting bigger. But I got vampires. Okay, how you doing? You have a Swords to Plowshares or something? Seriously? How am I supposed to pay 13 life per turn with you destroying my black market connection? Hi, Cerise. Would you like to find a 1-drop? They did. They used the swords earlier? Oh, well... What if they used Swords to the sequel to Swords? Go ahead and just put that off the battlefield. I'm feeling a bit of an attack with everything. That sounds good. Black market disconnected. Love some life gain. There is no life gain. Actually sounds kind of cute, swapping in the Cordial Vampire. It's a smaller vampire, but it's still good. I like Vona would have been a better blocker, yes, but would not have been as funny. I know what I'm about. Trees, you think is overcosted? I think that she's in a tough spot because she can trigger multiple times. And making her like a 4-mana 4/4 probably would have been really, really strong. Lunarch Veteran and a Shadow Spear. Okay, great work. We've got you Enrika. I'm going to put the ghost form on the Cordial Vampire, who dies. And then re-enters the battlefield. They get sacrificed to Henrika. We attack in. We tap. We destroy their creature. We deal lethal damage. GG, Cerise. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you liked our choice of spooky commander for this year. I'll be doing a couple other spooky decks. I'm hoping to reach Tiny Bones, maybe some werewolves, and everybody else's favorite monster archetypes. Edgar is a cool deck, and there's tons of new vampires in Arena that you can experiment with. If you want to maybe make a more ramp-based, high-cost vampires, you can totally do that. Or you can go for all the 1 and 2 drops that really go wide with Edgar's abilities. I think that Edgar's a good commander, though I kind of wish that he had red somewhere in his ability so we could play our red vampires. I have a separate black-red Anya vampires deck. What's on your mind? I don't know. How much I wish that Edgar had red in his abilities. Not like the original Edgar Markov card. That one's a mistake. It's too good. Just, you know, this card with the red somewhere on it. I would love that. The deck's fun though, and I hope you enjoyed getting to see it played. As always, if there is a commander you'd like to see me play, please let me know in the comment section. Say, Amy, you know, I have been waiting for 10,000 years for you to play Grolnock. And I'll say, I don't know how to build Grolnock, but maybe I'll try it anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day. Do you have a cold? Because I see you're coughing. Is that one too stupid?